They thought that I was dead, but I keep coming back. And it ain't no turning back. Bro, this that determination. Look me in my eyes and you can see.
Welcome all to another episode of Burnt Orange Boys. 3, 2, 1, Burnt Orange Boys. My name is We Are Chosen, aka Sensei, and your Burnt Orange brother. Burnt Orange Nation, we need to talk about this type of game that we just had at Alabama. Listen, I can't get enough of this type of game. And you may be saying, Sensei, what type of game are you talking about? There are three basic things that this type of game boils down to. Firstly, a win against the top 10 team. That's crazy. We did that. We went and we beat a top 10 team. Now you may say, Sensei, when's the last time we beat a top 10 team? Oklahoma. Now, when's the last time we beat a top 10 team not named Oklahoma? No, Steve Sarkisian has not done it. It has not happened in his time here. The last time we beat a top 10 team not named Oklahoma was Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. You may remember that. We won that game. But this type of game against the top 10 team, we have not been successful in these games. We have not experienced that level of maturity or readiness for these games. We've shrunk from the moment. The TCUs, the Oklahoma States, games we needed to win, we couldn't have them for whatever reason, right? Second thing that this type of game is a road win. I say it again, it's just as simple as a road win. In Steve Sarkisian's tenure, we have struggled getting victories on the road. It's just been what it is. Are we at home? Okay, all right. I'm a little bit more confident I feel a little bit better about our chances. On the road, we've been getting our butt kicked. Think Arkansas. We were not ready for that road environment, not even a little bit, right? But this is not the same team. This is a different team than Arkansas. It's a different team than Oklahoma State. This is a different team than TCU. TCU was at home last year, but it wasn't at home but the year before. This team's different. This team is mature. The third thing is this team of this type of win, this type of game, is we got punched in the mouth and then we responded. Think about that. When is the last time that a Texas team that you remember getting? Hold on. I'm gonna tell a story. So we on Saturday in our episodes of Hornz and Son, I was talking to Uncle Thomas, and he was saying, this is how we lose. He was saying, like, there was a play that happened, and his reaction was, this is how it happens. This is how Texas goes down. And I felt that in my soul because there has been so many times in the past 5 to 6 years where I'm watching a Texas game and a turnover happens, or a fumble, interception, a touchdown, or something just doesn't go our way. And I've seen this team fold. I've seen them fold like a lawn chair, or just be brittle and not have a resilient spirit. And so when he said, of course, it's this type of game, bro, when Jalen Ford dropped that interception, and it fell into the Alabama receiver's hands for a touchdown, I felt exactly like that. Of course, it's this type of game. This is how we lose. It's going to be by 7, and we're going to have needed that touchdown. Last year, when we sack Bryce Young in the end zone, and it's a safety. It's a safety. And then they call it against us, and we go on to lose by 2 points. Of course, it's this type of game, man. But no, this is a different team. This is a different team with different goals, with the same goal. Different team, different players, a different level of maturity. This Texas team is tough. They're tough on the road at Alabama. We beat not just a top 10 team, but we beat the biggest brand in college football on the road, in their house. Man, Anwar Richardson did a good job of reporting the road environment of Tuscaloosa. He said it's incredible. It's nothing like I've ever seen, right? And if we can go into Tuscaloosa, the predominant college football brand outside of certainly, if you don't say that, certainly a blue blood, right? There's no other Alabama road environments that we have to go on this year. It's not happening. This is a tough team. AD Mitchell shushing the crowd. Anthony Hill giving the horns down to say, where's that energy at now? Tough team. It's a tough team. And this is why now those are the three things that this type of win means, but what or this type of win is, but what does this type of win mean to the program? Now, I'm gonna start anecdotally. Whenever I tell people I'm a Texas fan who aren't a Texas fan, and I have people in my family who are not, right? I'm sure you do too. Whenever I tell them about Texas, they'll be like, "Oh, Texas is sorry. Texas always folds. These boys ain't gonna fold under pressure." Guess what? Not no more. Not no more. I had somebody say on my last episode of Burnt Orange Boys, who's an Aggie, he knows who he is. He said, when you said Texas can beat Alabama, you were actually shaking your head and you don't believe that. And guess what? Say, where you at now? Where you at now? Where's that Gig'em spirit at now? Texas beat Alabama. What does this type of win mean to the program? We are done selling the future. We are here now. We can go into the Ryan Wingos and be like, hey, listen, you don't have to come and build it. We built it. Come be a part. Come be a part. 34-24. Come be a part. Come be a part. Right? We don't have to sell the future anymore. We're here. Texas A&M loses to Miami, right? Texas A&M loses to Miami. Oklahoma loses to us 49-0 last year, right? We are becoming the now TCU is the last little hurdle we got to get over and clear that, right? But we are starting to take our position in the state again. You're starting to be the flagship of the state again, the program that everybody wants to be on or be with or beat. And that's that burnt orange blessed. That's that burnt orange blessed. And let me tell you something. How you got here is this is the type of game that you bring in the Quinn Ewers for. Quinn's starting to show up, starting to be that first round pick. I said in my Burnt Orange Boys last week that it takes a first round quarterback is the most likely way for you to beat Alabama. Quinn is starting to look like that first round quarterback that everybody thinks he is. This is why you bring him in. This is why you bring in AD Mitchell. This is why you bring in Ryan Watts. So he can right. AD Mitchell can catch 2 touchdowns. Ryan Watts can break up touchdown passes. Jalen Catalon can lead your team in tackles. This is why you recruit the Anthony Hills. So he can freaking track Jalen Monroe down, not let him get any scrambling yards, and then throw that Hornz down in the end zone. Kelvin Banks couldn't give up any sacks. This is why you recruit the Cedric Baxters of the world, so they come in and have an immediate impact. This is the result of all of those little moves that Steve made. And speaking of Steve, he needed a win like this. Because before this, if you don't count Oklahoma, we know rivalries are weird and weird things can happen in rivalries. So a lot of people just write off that 49-0 win as something weird between rivals, right? So if you're talking about a flagship win, that's not Oklahoma. Steve's flagship win that he could point out before Alabama was UTSA. That was the best team he had beat. Maybe Kansas State, maybe. But we all know Kansas State is weird, and they the way that they build their football team is non-traditional, right? It is what it is. Maybe it's Kansas State if you want to say Kansas State, but it's between those two. Those aren't very prestigious wins, right? Steve needed something like this to prove himself. This is actually I started to wonder, Steve, if Washington didn't matter to you like that, at what point will a game matter to you like that? At what point? And I'm starting to think that I saw why when Steve cares on Saturday, right? This is the team that he cares about. It's like, we're here, we got to win. It's now. We're doing it, right? This is so I'm a Disney fan. I'm a Disney man. Pixar, I grew up on. Toy Story, I grew up on. Lion King, I grew up on The Little Mermaid, Finding Nemo's, all that type of stuff, bro. But my favorite Disney movie is a little movie that people slept on for sure. It's called Meet the Robinsons, right? And it's about a little boy. He's an inventor. He's a genius, but and he's an orphan. But people don't really like mess with him like that, and people really isolate the kid. And maybe because he's so smart, he kind of is isolated himself. He's a diamond, but people don't appreciate him, right? And so he time travels and he meets this family. And you should watch this movie if you haven't. But he meets this family, and they love on him. They show him that there's a place that he can be accepted, right? And the family has a mantra. It's called "Keep moving forward." Right, that's their mantra. If you fall down, you scrape your knees. You made a mistake. It's okay. Keep moving forward, right? And this is what we have to do as a program. Yes, we beat Alabama, and as fans, we get to celebrate, man. We get to celebrate, and I am going to celebrate until Saturday. Don't let anybody tell you can't celebrate. But as a program, we need to keep moving forward. We need to keep moving forward. This is something that you build on. We're setting the foundation right here. I am so excited to see Wyoming, to see Baylor, to see the next two games of this team and see how we respond. When's the last time you've been this excited as a Texas fan? When? Tell me. I'm excited, bro. We are Burnt Orange blessed. We are feeling it. And this season is different. This team is different. I can't wait to see the rest of the season. And that's it for this week. Follow me at We Are Chosen on Instagram. We Are Chosen on all platforms. BurntOrangeBoyz on all platforms on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. Listen to the Hornz and Son podcast on the FFSN network. And last thing, brothers, give me 3, 2, 1. Burnt Orange, boys.